Yes, I do feel safe and I feel as though I will not get judged.
Yes, I do.
Could you elaborate on that a bit, please?
I'm very like comfortable and open about talking about those types of things with people. A lot of other people would find it very uncomfortable, but I'm very open about it. I have a lot of family members who are gay, so I'm not really fussed about it.
Yes, I do.
Are you able to elaborate on that, please?
I feel comfortable because I know that my family and friends are pretty understanding when it comes to things like that, just because it's a recent topic that's around at the moment.
Yeah, I'm very open about all that stuff. I don't judge, and I don't want people to judge me in return. So yeah, pretty open about all that.
Reasonably. Maybe not community members, like random strangers, but yeah, sure, friends, great, family, right, yeah.
Urban areas.
I feel as though they're probably both on the same level. There's not really much that are too different between the two areas.
Well, I say that's a very hard topic to talk about in a way because rural areas, because we're so small, there's not that many people who prefer a different gender or sexuality or whatever like that. Wherefore, in urban areas, there is a lot more people, but then again, in saying that, there are a lot more groups. So there's a lot more bullying that happens around it as well. So it's very hard to say if it is or isn't.
Probably depends what kind of person they are. I think more of the older community probably isn't as accepting because they're more old-fashioned.
Definitely less accepting because they're not exposed to anything. We're not even exposed to different races, let alone different sexualities. So people are less educated and don't want to accept it or are scared of it, especially since maybe their parents weren't accepting of it and that's what they've grown up in.
Yes, I do think that, but that's just because they're less exposed to things like that, and maybe they're more old-fashioned. Anyway.
They would react.
They wouldn't really mind. At the end of the day, it's my own decision.
My parents would be fine with it. So with my nana, I know my nana is very heavily Christian, but she would be fine with it. The only one who I would have issues with would be my auntie, as she's disowned her own daughter for being gay. But that's her problem. It's got nothing to do that's got nothing to affect me. That's what she thinks, and if she doesn't like it, it's not my problem.
Well, again, I think my family and friends are pretty understanding, so I think they'd be okay with it as long as I'm happy.
I'm fine. Like, my parents are pretty fine with all that because of social media and all in movies and stuff. Have kind of become more accepting, and since I try and reinforce the idea that everyone's not the same and you shouldn't judge people for that.
Oh, I hope that they would react nicely and just not even care about it.
People would expect.
Yes, I do highly believe that because of all the pressure and the fears probably going through their mind, especially with bullying in this day and age.
Yes, I do. I really do. I think that I've got a fair few friends, and some of them are very uncomfortable and open about it, but it would be very hard and daunting at the beginning to come out about it, especially if you didn't know the people that well.
Yes, because I think bullying and harassment is already a big issue, and adding that you're different could make that worse.
Yeah, for sure, especially since they don't necessarily know exactly what to think either. They don't know what they're hoping everyone accepts them as. It's not very clear or defined.
I don't know. I think if you know it inside of you, then you come to terms with it.
Actually attracted to.
Within recent years, especially after gay marriage being legalised, there is a lot more support systems available. But in terms of rural schools, there's not much information being provided to students.
I feel like there is a lot of support out there, but I feel as though there could be more. There is a lot around, gay marriage just being legalised and stuff like that. There could be more support around all the other preferences on sexuality and stuff like that.
I don't think so. I think more in rural areas as well, because they're so isolated that we don't have many resources out here to help if someone wanted to talk to someone.
No, I don't feel, especially not in rural schools at all. Maybe more in the city, there's more events and the LGBTQ community and all that. Everyone is very accepting, especially on YouTube and that, but not out here. It's not advertised enough, no way.
people really wanted to find help, then I think that they could.
Yep.
Especially in school.
Their sexuality.
Aside from being yourself and not really caring about what other people think of you, which is a generic comment that everyone says, it's probably one that everyone should live by in order to be happy in their own life, because it's not affecting anyone else but themselves.
Just be yourself, accept who you are, and don't be afraid of what others will think, because if they shame you or judge you for who you like and what preferences you have, they don't belong in your life.
Just be yourself, don't let anyone tell you who you should be. And you go Glen Coco.
They shouldn't feel like they have to accept it. That's terrible. Like it should just be a normal thing. Like it probably will be one day, which will be really good. But till then, they just have to go with the flow and don't look for approval from everyone else. Just accept it themselves. And yeah.
You're doing amazing, and I support you. And I think you're wonderful. And that's all.